Relax, calm down, relax, relax. Don't let the title of this video scare you, don't let it scare you, because according to the official statistics from the UK Visas and Immigration, in the year 2019, 98.45% of skilled worker visas were successful. 98.45%. That means only about 1.55% were unsuccessful, right? And in 2020, also from the official statistics from the UK Visas and Immigration, only 4.93% of skilled worker visas or work visas were denied or were unsuccessful, just about 4.93%. So truly, if you look at it well, it looks like majority of skilled worker visas are usually approved. But sadly, this year alone, I received quite a couple of DMs from people whose tier 2 visas or health and care worker visas were denied, right? And that's quite unfortunate. But what I love about the UK immigration system is that if you are denied a visa, they will attach a letter and explain to you to detail why they denied you the visa or why your visa was refused. They would always give you the exact reason why. So I have combined the reasons they gave in some of these letters that people sent to me, and I've also done my research on the internet, and I've come out with 6 main reasons why health and care worker visas or tier 2 or skilled worker visas can be denied. So watch this video till the end, okay? And note some of these things down so that when it's your time to apply for your health and care worker visa or your skilled worker visa, you make sure that you avoid some of these things so that you don't fall into that 4.93%, okay? Stop that. So let me give a big shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Lemonade Finance. If you're a frequent viewer of this channel, you've probably heard me mention them 1,000 times. Lemonade Finance. So Lemonade Finance is a money transfer app that allows you to send money from UK and Canada to 10 different African countries. You can send money from the UK or Canada to Ghana, to Nigeria, to Uganda, Senegal, Ivory Coast, Rwanda, Benin, Tanzania, all these 10 different African countries for free. Yes, they do not charge any transfer fees at all. Yes, they are fast, they are reliable, and they are very, very convenient. You can send money from your bank account to the person's mobile money account or bank accounts directly in seconds, literally. Ever since I discovered them, that's what my family, myself, and all my friends have been using. The good thing is, if you use Lemonade Finance to transfer money to friends and family back in any of these 10 African countries, and you use the referral code Nanelle, and then you send £100 and above, you get 10% of the money back into your account, okay? If you send £200, you get £20 back. If you send £300, you get £30 back. That is after sending the money without any transfer charges. Can you imagine? Yes. If you're not in the UK or Canada and you're wondering how this could be of value to you, don't worry. I have inside just that they'll be launching in other parts of Europe and in the United States very, very soon. Trust that when they do, I'll be the first to let you know, okay? Download the Lemonade Finance app, whether you use an Android phone, whether you're an iOS user. Use the link in the description to download the Lemonade Finance app and send money to friends and family from the UK and Canada to all these 10 African countries that I mentioned, and you're going to love it, trust me. Thank you, Lemonade Finance, for sponsoring today's video. So let me issue a disclaimer here before I even start. I am not an immigration advisor. I am not an immigration lawyer. So do not let anything from this video replace professional immigration advice, okay? This is purely based on my personal experience and then the experiences of people that have come to me and some friends and some family, okay? And also based on just research on the internet, okay? So that's it. So what I love about the UK immigration is that they operate a points-based system, okay? So based on the documents you submit, then they will award you some points. And if you get the required number of points, then they'll give you your visa. It's not like America where you go and stand in front of a consular. Based on the mood of the consular, he can just say, no, go away. Sometimes even for people that have the right documents and have genuine reasons to want to travel. But for the UK, just submit the right documents and get the points that you need. For instance, if you want a health and care visa, they say you need 70 points. And if you have a valid certificate of sponsorship, you are given 20 points already. Then you submit the other documents to add up to get your 70 points, and that's you done. So it's based on the documents you submit usually. And I have a video on that. I'll leave the link in the description. I'll leave a screenshot of how it looks like here so you can have a look, okay? So watch that video if you haven't watched already, because I'll be referring to that video a lot in this video, okay? So watch that video so that you know the documents that you need to get the 70 points to apply for your health and care worker visa or your skilled worker visa, okay? So if you are confused, if you are coming to the UK to work as a health professional, that's if you're a nurse, if you're a care assistant, if you're a doctor, an occupational therapist, a medical laboratory scientist, scientists, if you're in the health sector, you need to apply for a health and care worker visa, okay? And that is under the UK's Tier 2 visa for all skilled workers. So there are 6 main reasons that, like I said, that I have put together that causes people health and care worker visas to be denied. So the first one is errors on the application form. My advice is that take your time. I think for me, it took me about 3 weeks to fill the application form because my agency filled some parts for me because they needed to input some details of my employer, which they wanted to be sure I don't make any mistakes. So they filled those parts for me online. Then they gave me the password to access it and then, fill the remaining part. So I also filled the remaining part and I went over like 100 times. I printed it out. I looked through to make sure that everything was okay. However, even with all that, I still made an error. There was a question asking if my degree was taught in English and it was answered no. I don't know what came over me that made me answer no, but this is what I did and my visa was successful. So I swore an affidavit, okay, and I got a legal seal. This is it. This is exactly the paper I submitted and I got the legal seal. It was from the High Court of Justice in Accra. And the funny thing is, I did this some minutes before my appointment, my visa appointment. Can you imagine? So I swore an affidavit and I was basically stating that it was a mistake in the application form that I made because I went to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST in Kumasi, and that I was really taught in English and that it was a mistake I made. Because what happens is that when you fill the application form, you first of all do it online, okay? So you submit the online one before you go in for your biometrics. So they already had the online one, okay? So I couldn't correct it. I only realized later when I printed it out and I was going through that I had already made the submission. So this is what I did. I swore an affidavit. I got the legal seal to explain why that mistake was made. So please take your time and then go through it, okay? No matter how small you think the error is, please take your time. If you have already made an error and you've already submitted the online application, do this, okay? And state why that error was made and then just declare the right thing and then get the legal seal and you sign and that's it. So all the jobs on the shortage occupation list of the UK, they all have a code. So let's say you're coming to work as a senior carer. The code for senior carers is 6146. Meanwhile, the code for general care workers and home care workers is 6145. So maybe you forget and then you are coming as a senior carer, but you choose the one for the general care workers and home care workers, which is 6145. Meanwhile, you are coming to work as a senior carer, so you needed to input 6146, right? But if you made a mistake and you input 6145, something as basic as this can cause your application to either delay or be denied. Sometimes if you're lucky, they'll get back to you for you to provide further evidences before they make the decision. But if you're unfortunate, they will deny your visa and then they'll write to you and explain to you why your visa was denied. So the first thing that is really major that causes people's visa to be denied is the errors on the application form. Your name, check the spelling, check everything that you're writing. Take your time and then fill the application form, okay? And always cross-check. The second thing that causes most health and care workers visas to be rejected is not submitting the required document or not submitting the right document. So a lady contacted me. You've done the harder part of the whole process. You've looked for a job. You've gotten an interview. You've gotten a COS. The final part to apply for the visa, guess what she did? She applied for a non-UKVI IELTS result. And I'm like, do you watch my videos at all? Are you still making this mistake in this day and age? So not submitting the required documents can be an issue. They don't care if you had 888 in a standard IELTS exam. They said they want a UKVI. Submit a UKVI. That's for those that are coming as care workers and senior carers. For nurses now, even if it's not UKVI, will be accepted. Just watch that video I spoke about earlier. Okay, so not submitting the required document can really be to your detriment. The police clearance, some of them may have 6 months expiry. The tuberculosis test, it has 6 months expiry. If you submit an expired TB test certificate or police clearance certificate, it's going to be denied. So submit the right and the required documents, okay? Follow the guidelines. You've done the hardest part of the job. This should be the easiest one. Another thing that you should know is that you will never be penalized for submitting too many documents. However, you can't be penalized if you don't submit enough documents. I remember when I was applying for the visa for my husband to come to join me as a dependent, they stated that pictures were not necessary, but I sent wedding photos. I sent so many things, like, this is my husband, look at us kissing. I sent so many things, although it was clearly stated that it's not needed. I sent it because I will not be penalized for sending those ones. However, if I had not sent enough documents to prove our relationship, he could have been refused. You understand? So send as many necessary documents that you think will help your case, okay? The third one is people being dishonest. Like I said, a nurse was denied the visa because she stated she had never been denied the visa. Meanwhile, you had been denied the visa to the UK years back. Why? You think they won't find out? This is their job. They have all the time to cross-check. Immediately they type your name and some things, all your information will pop up. So why should you lie? Do not lie. Like I always say, I was previously denied an American visa before I applied for my UK visa. And knowing this, I stated it clearly. Let me show you exactly what I wrote. So there was a question like, have you ever been refused a visa for any country other than the UK? Have you ever been deported from any country other than the UK? Have you ever been removed from any country other than the UK? Have you ever been required to leave any country other than the UK? Have you ever been refused entry at the border of any country other than the UK? I answered yes, because the first bullet point was me. I was refused a visa to USA. State the truth. Just be honest in your application. And then they said, give details of what happened. Then I wrote, an application for a visa was refused. Guys, this is my original visa application form. I keep all my documents and this is what I'm showing you, okay? They said, state the country. Then I wrote United States of America. What date was it? I wrote October 2016. Then they said, give more details of what happened. Then I said, I was denied the visa because I was not able to demonstrate that I have ties that will compel me to return to my home country after my travel to the United States. So basically, America, my visa was denied because they thought when I go, I will not come back. So it wasn't any serious thing, right? And I stated it, and even if it was a serious thing, I would have stated it there just so that they know that I don't have anything to hide. Because if you don't state it and they find out themselves, then there's a question mark on your application because they're like, this person has more to hide. So you just come clean. They like people who are honest. Just come clean. And that is it. I got my visa. Actually, I added my American refusal letter to it. My mommy was angry. I'm like, mommy, just let me add it. Okay. And I added it. And look, 4 years now, and this is me advising you to do the same. Okay. They ask about, have you ever had any criminal conviction, even a penalty for a driving offense? For an example, disqualification for speeding or motor. If you have, say yes. The good thing is that they'll give you space to give more details and then you explain your case like I did. So please be honest in your application. Don't think that you lie will make you look like a good person so that they'll give you the visa. Being honest rather, even when it does not look nice, is rather what will help your case. So be honest, okay? And let's say previous immigration history as well. Have you ever overstayed? If they're asking you if you've ever overstayed, just be honest. Be honest, people, be honest. So the fourth thing will be financial errors, okay? So usually when you're coming to work on a health and care worker visa in the UK, your certificate of sponsorship, there's a part where they ask your employer to certify maintenance, okay, for you and your dependents. If this box is ticked by your employer, you don't have to show any money in your account. When I was coming, my employer takes this part. I didn't even show any bank statement at all, nothing at all, because my employer take this part for me. But these days, the number of employers that are refusing to take this part are increasing. I don't know why, but these days, a lot of employers don't take this part. So if they don't take this part, you'd have to prove that you have enough money in your account, okay? You should have at least £1,270 in your bank account to show that you can support yourself in the UK if your employer does not take this part, and this money should have been in your account for 28 days prior to your visa application. And if you are coming with your spouse or your partner and your children and your employer does not take this part, you even need more money. So you need about £285 for your partner and £315 for your first child, and then for each additional child you need £200, okay? So let's say you have one child and then you have a spouse and then yourself, and your employer did not take this part, but you all want to come together at the same time. For your spouse and your child, let's say one child, that's about £600, and yourself £1,270. So in addition, you need about £1,870, which should have been in your account 28 days prior to your visa application. If you're unable to show this, your visa can be denied, okay? Because your employer has said that they're not going to help you financially if you need help in your first few months in the UK. So you need to prove this to the UK Visas and Immigration so that they know that you're not coming to be a burden on the government when you get here, especially in the first few days before you start getting your pay. You understand? So you know that every job has a minimum salary threshold. You know, there's a specific amount that you should be earning per year to be able to be eligible for this kind of visa. So sometimes when the amount your employer is paying you does not meet this threshold and they find out during the visa application, they can deny the visa as well. That is why a lot of NHS trusts are not really recruiting international senior care workers or international care assistants, because the amount they pay their care assistants, it does not really meet the salary threshold for the UK Visas and Immigration. But the private companies like the care homes and the domiciliary care companies, they pay their workers quite a bit, obviously because they're private companies, so they are able to meet this salary threshold to be able to bring you to the UK. Other than that, because they don't meet this, your visa can be denied because you don't meet the salary threshold, okay? For the financial errors, it's usually these things: not having enough enough funds to show that you can take care of yourself when you come, and then your salary not meeting the salary threshold. Okay. And then the fifth one obviously is fake document. If you submit any form of fake document, okay, you can be caught. As for this one, I think everybody knows. Don't even try. Don't even try. Any form of fake document, you'll be grabbed and your visa can be denied, and it can even lead to you being banned from coming to the UK. It's a serious issue. Okay. And then the sixth one is sometimes it's just the fault of the employer. Sometimes it's not even you, it's the employer's fault. So every employer is supposed to meet the residence labor market test. They're supposed to be able to prove that they tried to get somebody from within the UK to fill that vacancy and they didn't get anybody. That's why they are bringing you to do that job for them. They have to prove that. Okay. And there's a way for them to prove that. That's not even your issue. Okay. Sometimes too, if the employer gives you an invalid COS, that can also affect you. There's a guy, I've even done a video about him before, Bella. May your soul rest in peace. I remember Bella told me that before he applied for his visa to come and work as a mental health nurse in the UK, he had applied for a volunteer job or something, and then the company that was employing him or bringing him to the UK, they gave him a document. When he applied for the visa, he was denied because the document was invalid. Okay. And he didn't get it. It was the company's fault. So sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes it's the company's fault as well. But this rarely happens, because if a company does that, they can be penalized to pay as much as £20,000. Okay. So most employers will make sure they are giving you the valid documents for you to apply. So yeah, these are the six top reasons why your health and care worker visa can be denied. 1, errors on your application. 2, not submitting the required document or not submitting the right document. 3, being dishonest in answering your questions. And 4, financial errors. And then 5, fake documents. And then 6, issues with the employer. So I hope you have learned something from this. If this has been of value to you in any way, please like this video, please subscribe. It really means a lot to me. Okay, so thank you so much guys for watching. Bye.